Blog Talk Radio.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. No, I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a rat, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you. And I would never hear. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a rat, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you. Control the weather, then every day would rain on your parade. Shine, you can't see anything, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the day, so I never saw your face.
Hello. I am your host, Simo, of What's Really Going On Blog Talk Radio Show and Podcast. I am super excited that you have decided to share or spend this morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is where you are. I'm glad you decided to spend this time with me and my very special guest tonight. Before I bring her on, I always like to give a special shout out to everybody that listens in around the globe. I appreciate you texting, calling in, and I also appreciate your messages. So I would like to give a special shout out to Iraq, Nigeria, Germany, Switzerland, Finland, the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, India, Canada, and of course, rounding it out, the United States. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So without further ado, I have to bring on my very special guest, Miss Mariah Kingsley. I usually do like the short bio, but I want Mariah to kind of tell us about her and what she's doing. She is an amazing author. And I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm just gonna bring her on and let her tell her story. So without further ado, Miss Mariah.
CMO, how you doing tonight?
I am great, 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 and thank you so much for joining me. I know that you're a busy lady.
Thank you for having me. I am busy. But I'm happy to be here.
I so appreciate it.
So you asked about myself, right?
Yes.
So I am an author, an entrepreneur. I am a nonprofit CEO. I am a mother of 7. I am a wife to 2 people. I am a lot of things for a lot of people.
Wow.
I've been writing now for 12 years, and I love every minute of it. Every minute of it.
Okay, I appreciate you sharing that with me, and I'm gonna have to go back to some of that we talked about. But first, I want to go into I want to go into your bio, where you said you actually you started writing in the middle of the night, and it was kind of like a secret.
Yes.
And so
it was
you kept your family right. You kept your family in the dark. So tell me, how did you get found out? And when did you decide to share what you were writing with the world, with everybody?
Well, I was at my house and I had a bookshelf with a book that I wrote. It was called When Forever Ends, and it was in a binder. And my aunt was skimming through my massive bookshelf, and she saw this one binder on the shelf. I was off running after kids. So, hold on one second, let me get these kids together. And she started reading the book. And I was like, oh, you can't read that. And she was like, why? I was like, I wrote it. And she was like, really? I must read it. And so that's how I got found out by my aunt. And she talked me into publishing it. And I did that. And then I wrote 3 other books before my husband even knew I was writing. Nothing.
Oh.
He knew nothing. He worked the night shift. So I was, I wrote while he was gone, and I published them and kind of kept it quiet. And someone invited me to a book event, and I couldn't keep it quiet anymore. So I was like, hey, so I got invited to a book event as an author. And he was like, wait, what? So I, gave him a spiel about what I wrote, and he jumped on board and became real supportive of it. So I'm real grateful for that.
Okay, that's an amazing story, and you were able to keep it secret. And I think it's me. I think initially writing a book, I couldn't contain the excitement like when somebody wanted to, actually publish it. But I didn't. You went a different route than me. You kind of got found out. You understand?
Right. I started writing. It was my father had Alzheimer's, and we were very close. And at the end of the disease, one of the very last coherent conversations that we had, he told me, I thought you would be more than just a housewife. And that kind of stuck with me for like 2 weeks. And me and him had a love for books, and I would write stories all the time. And so I started writing When Forever Ends after a dream I had after that conversation. And I never planned on publishing, never, not once. It was just going to be my little secret, and I was going to keep it to myself. But I started publishing. Haven't looked back.
That's an amazing story. So now your content for your books. Of course, most of your books are adult themed.
Right.
So do you base it off of just like people life experiences? Where do you get the the ideas for your book? creating characters and all that kind of
So
stuff? Is it?
I dream every book that I write, except for one.
Okay.
I've dreamed every book that I've ever written. So in the dream, it was a beginning, middle, end. And what I forget, I just improvise on and write it. I have really great dreams, really great dreams. And some of those dreams come in the form of books for me.
Oh, wow.
Especially if I like how it ends. But this one book is called Once Broken. I was getting my house repaired, and I needed a handyman. I called a friend. I was like, hey, I need a handyman. And she was like, oh, girl, I have somebody. And she gave the guy my number. He texted me. I texted him. He came over to the house. And he was an ex of mine from high school. And I was totally in love with this man.
Oh,
and
wow.
We got to talking about, school and what life had brought us and things like that. And we became really good friends. He did the work, and and at the end of it, he asked me. He said, "What would have happened if I had got my stuff together?" And I ended up writing what would have happened if he had got his stuff together.
Oh,
so,
what?
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't tell my husband. He does not know that story.
Oh, he don't know the. You know what? Somebody might.
Girl, he don't know that story. He does not know that story.
So how many books have you written so far, and are they series? Are they different books?
Okay, so there's the Maxwell series, which has 4 books in it, and that's When Forever Ends, Loving a Thief, I Can't Tell God, and Lies You Tell. That's 4. And then I have Once and Twice Broken. That brings us up to 6. I have a lesbian romance by the name of I Wish You Were. There's a bisexual romance by the name of I Call Him Daddy Too.
Okay.
And then The Reaper's Son, which book 2 will be out before the end of the summer.
Oh, wow.
So I have series. It's quite a bit.
That's pretty amazing. Like I said, you busy. You got one
Girl.
out at the end of the summer. That is crazy. Okay, now we have people that call in, and then we have people that just type. They type questions. Okay, so someone did type the question in. They said, okay, she says she's married to 2 people. Is that what you said?
That is what I said. I'm not legally married to 2 people. I'm not going to jail, but I am in a relationship with 2 different people, yes. And they know about each other. It's no sneaky link at all. They have their own separate relationships from me.
Okay.
So, yeah. I have a husband and a wife.
Okay. And guess what? I get it, because I'm gonna tell you something. The very first book signing I did was actually at a swingers party. But this woman, she's into BDSM and all that kind of stuff. And she allowed me to have a book signing there, and that's when I saw all the different types of couples and all, and I was just so fascinated. But I write about that stuff, but I had never really experienced. You know what I'm saying? I thought about it.
You write about the great parts about it. It is a truly difficult relationship because everybody, it's a give and take to the point that at some point someone is going to be lacking somewhere, and you have to really pay attention to all emotions, and everybody in this relationship has to have a say. It is not easy. Me and my husband was in a regular traditional relationship for 12 years, and we were about to divorce. We were in the middle of a divorce, and he was doing his thing, and I was doing my thing, and I didn't know this woman was wooing me. I had no idea what she was doing, girl. She got my credit together. She helped me get back in school. She was supportive of my book life, and it was like, oh my God, this is great. And I had a stroke, And if you really want to laugh, I had a stroke while having sex with her.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. And my husband told me, he asked her to leave the room, and he told me that he wasn't leaving, no matter what. He's like, I know the divorce is almost final. I'm going to call the lawyers and end the divorce because I'm not leaving you like this. And I was already in love with her, and I was like, but I'm with somebody. And he was like, I don't care about that. That doesn't matter to me. That's not what's important. What's important is the wife of the mother of my children is okay, and I won't leave you in this position. And so we tried it out for a year, and it's been almost 6 years now.
Oh, wow. So do you all cohabitate, or you live?
We live in 2 separate homes,
Okay.
but we live within blocks of each other. So
Okay.
she moved as close as she could to us, and we raised our children together, their brothers and sisters. We do everything together as a family. We go on vacations. If you see one, you see all 3.
Oh, okay.
All the time.
And that's a interesting story too, because I've had other guests, or I've had shows where guests have come on and they talked about the same thing, kind of like what you were saying. They were about to divorce, and then they introduced like somebody else, and said slightly different than your story, but they introduce somebody else and it works out, or they have couples that they swap with or go out with, and they do
Right.
everything together, and it works for them. And it seems like because monogamy versus open relationships versus polyamorous relationships, I've done all those type shows, and it seems like the ones that are in the open relationships and polyamorous relationships do last much longer. And then the ones that are in monogamous relationships that have been there for a really long time, 15, 20 years or so, and the husband has always cheated or something like that, and they about to go the separate ways, and then they try a different type of lifestyle, and it works out for them, it seems like, most of the time. So a lot of people
You ain't got a lot of kicking.
I'm sorry?
You don't have to lie. We don't have to lie to each other.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. We don't lie. You know, my husband always told me, at first it was insulting. He would tell me, you know you gay, right? And I was like, no, I'm not. And deep down I knew that I was, but
right.
I grew up super religious, and it was hard to even conceptualize being with a woman. Like, what does that look like? The sex part excites me, but what would every day look like? And it looks fine. You know, it was hard to explain to family what was going on between us. And basically, my husband wanted to give people explanations, and I was like, but it's none of their business. If you choose to tell someone that we're in this relationship, fine. But if you don't, she your homegirl and keep it moving.
Okay. And I was just going to say, do y'all share that part with your family? Like, do they know that you do it? Because I think most people, they do know.
Yeah, they know.
Oh, okay. Now that's interesting.
They invited her to. She goes to all his family functions. She goes to all my family functions. In the course of our relationship, her father died. We were all there. I'm sure people have questions, but they're not crazy enough to ask me nothing. Don't ask.
You know, because most people, I think that do that are in the, and I'm gonna say the lifestyle. That's basically what's called the lifestyle. They're in the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. They don't. The family members don't know. Like, nobody knows. It's almost like a secret. And I'm like, well, why y'all keep it a secret? If everybody happy, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that way. You know, I've had military people that come on and they're like, well, when, you know, maybe when they don't want to say who they are. Well, I guess they can't really because it's illegal. But once they're out and they might come back on. I'm like, well, what's the secret now? Y'all out the military, so I mean, it's nothing to hide. Or whatever.
it is what it is. She keeps me in my head space right.
Right.
And sometimes my husband, he be like, oh, just call her. Please call her to fix this. And she'll come over and, we got this big old bed. We all get in the bed together. There's nights where the whole family sleeps together. And, she's in the bed with us. The kids walk in the room. It's no big deal. They're like, whatever. In fact, one of the biggest things is it's not a problem. And I even wrote a book about it in a roundabout way.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And all your kids, is that your kids? Because you said you had 7. So is that your kids and her kids or just your kids?
My kids and her kids. It's 7 of them.
Okay. That's interesting. I want to write a book about y'all. No, I'm just
Girl, because I don't have time to write a book about us. Go ahead.
But it's just all those type of stories are just fascinating to me. But I'm gonna have to get all your books and read them before August.
You have to. I would suggest start with I Wish You Were. I Wish You Were as a Lesbian Romance. And it's the one book, if I go on Amazon and see what's selling, I Wish You Were selling every day. All day.
Okay. I Wish You Were. I'm going right after we get off. I'm going on and I'm gonna check that out for sure. Okay. So the event, we got to talk about the event. So
we do.
The event, we got how many authors coming?
54 authors. Someone just sent me a message today saying they would like to be there. So possibly 55 authors will be there.
Wow. And so we're going to take over the hotel for, is that a Friday evening, and is it all day Saturday?
And all day Saturday. All day Saturday from 11 to 4. And then there's an after party after that.
Okay. I think this is going to be just so much fun. I'm just really, really looking forward to it. And I'm thinking
One thing about author events, those women know how to have a good time. It's drinking, it's smoking, it's cackling of laughter. It's crazy. I love author events. I do at least 10 a week. 10 a year, I'm sorry.
That's great. So you just travel all over and visit different ones?
I do. I'm very fortunate I'll be in Connecticut in 2 weeks on the 16th in Trumbull, Connecticut. And then I'll be in Romancing the Carolinas in Winston-Salem.
Wow, that's crazy. So, and do you have more after August?
Yes. So Sultry in the City is August 26th and 27th. That's my event. Then I have Booktacular in East Texas. I have Tantalizing and Tempting in New York, in Staten Island, New York. Another book event in East Texas in December. I think that's it.
I wish, you know what? I wish that I just wrote books and just wrote books. I wish. But I'm an educator too, so I got work and then.
What do you teach?
English and reading, and then business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So it keeps me busy. Go ahead.
Here's a fun fact. I am legally blind. So I do a lot of writing, and then I have to get my eyes a rest.
Right.
But I do a lot of traveling. My bucket list was that I was going to see a lot of stuff. A waterfall, the Grand Canyon, the Vegas Strip, New York, all those places before my sight went completely out. And so I crossed off everything on my bucket list in about 3 years. And now it's time to make a new bucket list. And book signings help me do that.
Oh, well, that's amazing because it's people with bucket lists and ain't even started and they about to kick the bucket. You know what?
I'm telling you.
You on point with that. But like I said, it's a bunch of stuff that I've done. I don't know if it was necessarily on my during the pandemic is actually when I started writing. I had talked about writing for years, and like I said, I always write about people that I've seen or I know, and I just create these. I can look at a person, I'm like, okay, and I just create a character based on their personalities or whatever, and then I put it all together and start writing. But I just started writing like around the pandemic.
How many books have you written?
The Book of John is a series. It's 3 books. And then I have books for teens. Around the time when George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, all that stuff was going on with them, I wrote the 2 teen books called Young Black Queen Stand Up, Young Black King Stand Up. And so that's 5. And then I have one called When He Asks What You Bring to the Table, You Say, Bitch, I Build Tables. That's so
I build tables. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I build tables. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So 6, and that one comes out in November. And Young Black Queen, I think that one just dropped like last month. But that one is doing real well. These young girls really like it. It's like a book of affirmations, and it's like a color. It's got coloring pages and stuff in there. So they like that.
I have to pick up that for my daughters.
Yeah. So I'll send you one. Well, I can bring you a bunch, but I can send you one. Okay. How many girls do you have? Just one?
I have 3. No, I have 4 daughters, but I have 3 teenage daughters.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So after the book signing events, what is something else that you want to do other than the book signing?
I want to make New York Times bestselling author. That is my goal. That is my ultimate I made it thing. And I've come very close, but that's my goal, make New York Times. So tell me if anybody is out there who knows the secret other than buying 5,000 copies of my own book. You
know what? I always wondered, how do you get to be like New York's best selling? How do you get there? You have to. Is that it? 5,000 copies.
That is USA Today. So USA Today is 5,000 copies on Amazon, 800 copies on the different on like Barnes and Noble or Kobo or wherever else. In 1 week.
Oh, it has to be in 1 week.
That's 1 week. Yeah.
So I
sold more than 5,000 copies, but you gotta have some serious stuff going on.
Yeah. I think if that was all I was doing, I could probably do it. But I just don't know
girl, I said, if you don't know Ashley, her last name starts with a Z, Zarakowski. She is the master at making people lists, as getting people on the list. So she has a formula that you do not have to spend you don't have to buy your own 5,000 books. But she is somebody to be in contact with. She makes lists every week.
That is crazy.
I know you wrote that down, right?
Look, I am taking notes. Definitely taking notes. And like I said, I'm looking at that. I'm trying to get familiar with most of the authors that are there. Sally Ann Johnson, I'm real familiar with her. I actually interviewed her on this show, and she has some good books out. Yeah. and a few others. I just gotta get back on there. I hate that I'm not on social media like I need to be. I really need to be on there more. But I'm gonna figure out some
Well,
kind
I'll tell you, Lexi Blake, before I started writing, I was a huge, and still am a huge fan of Lexi Blake. And so the fact that she's coming to my event, you might see me fangirl. Like, I don't fangirl, but I am going to fangirl over her.
That is awesome. But I see her on there, like, she promotes a lot. She promotes it a lot. She's got stuff up all the time.
Yes, she does.
I was like, she is doing it and busy and doing it and busy. Like, so one day we're going to.
I literally, if you can get her to get on your show, she is so much fun. And she writes BDSM books as well.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to reach out to a lot of them for the month of July. I'm gonna try to get, if I can get 2 or 3 of them a week, because I was doing summer school, but I'm done with it now. So I'm gonna try to get like 2 or 3 a week or more, probably, if I can. And we can just chat it up. I don't really do a whole lot of live, like Facebook Live, but I think it'd be good to do maybe 1 or 2 before the event and kind of FaceTime with everybody and talk about the books. I think that'd be real cool to do. Everybody don't like FaceTiming, but I don't mind doing it. It's now that I got time to. So
right.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to everything, to the event, definitely. Being in Houston, I think we're gonna be there for like 4 or 5 days anyway, just kind of hang out in Houston. But tell everybody where they can find all your books. If you have a website, tell them about where they can purchase tickets.
Okay, so if you want to find my books, you can go on mariahkingsley.com, and that's one way to do it. Also, if you go on Amazon and just put in Mariah Kingsley, the first thing that's going to pop up is Mariah Carey, not that. Mariah Kingsley will be the second thing that pops up. And you'll find all my books on Amazon. They're also on Barnes & Noble. And you can find ticket information on Eventbrite, or you can go to sultryinthecity.com, and there is a link to all the books, all the tickets, I'm sorry.
Okay, and also I'll post it on my Facebook page and Instagram, in case you don't have all that, but I'll make sure everything is posted, all your links, Sultry in the City links.
And one more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. If you put in, when you get ready to check out at Sultry in the City, and you put in LOVE, LOVE, you get 20% off your tickets, which means that $5 ticket is now $4. And that $100 ticket that has, we have a country music star coming on Friday night to perform, as well as a mini book signing where you'll have different authors showcasing that night for Friday night, and it's like an early bird special. And they'll have deals that won't happen on Saturday morning. So if you do that on Friday night, it's $80 instead of the $100, and you get a meal with that. So just know that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna be partying hard on Saturday.
Girl.
But like I said, that I remember like I said, I went to, and I didn't think, this woman invited me to. Remember I told you I did a book signing at like a swingers party type thing, and I didn't think people were interested in the book, but I mean I think I had I sold about 300 books. Because it was pretty big. Yeah, it was nice. And they tried to get me.
The next time she has a book signing, let me know.
Okay, for sure. But like I said, we're gonna talk, because I think I need to have one. We need to have one here in Pensacola, Florida.
I'm all down for that. I'm down for that. I'm good for getting on a plane, girl. Good for getting on a plane. I got a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, and I'm thinking downtown. It's a beautiful hotel, Pensacola Grand. Beautiful hotel. I think we could go down there. Nice, huge, like ballroom, and we can bring about 60, 70 authors and put them right in there.
You'd be surprised at how many authors you can fit in a room. You'd be
Probably
shocked.
more.
If it's a big, yeah. I've been to author events where they had 100 authors there. There's one in Winston-Salem that has 200 authors coming.
Wow. Was the reader turnout really good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good. I'm talking about the wheels is turning in my head. You got me thinking I would love to do like a book signing, and I don't even live in New York. I would just want to do one there somewhere like Madison Square Garden in that area, you know.
Well, I'm telling you, you can find the authors and you can get people to come. The problem is the hotels are expensive.
Oh yeah, they are.
Everybody
You're right.
Want to get out.
Yeah. But I say just get with some friends and split it up and get you a nice hotel, a nice Airbnb, and get sultry in the city.
Yes. And you can also get hotel rooms. If you are looking for a hotel room and you're coming to Sultry in the city after tonight, it's at the Hilton NASA, right across the street from the Space Center in Houston, in Clear Lake. Everybody thinks that NASA's in Houston. It's not. It's in Clear Lake. And what you do is you mention Sultry in the city and you get the room block rate, which is $99 tonight. You can't beat that. Especially for the Hilton.
And see, that's what I was wondering too. Okay, so the readers can get that same rate. The readers can get the same rate?
They can get the same rate.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I need to let everybody know that.
I gave the authors 3 months to get their room situated, and then I opened it up to everyone. Because people are coming from Dallas, they're coming from New Orleans, they're coming from everywhere. And so they need a hotel. And there's not a hotel close to there. That's the only hotel on that road. And especially for the price. Because a regular room night is $139 a night.
Right, and I saw that. I saw it was pretty expensive. Yeah, but my I know a couple of my friends, they was like, well, what we gonna get an Airbnb? And I was like, these Airbnbs is pretty high. Now you told me that though, it might be cheaper for them just to get the room at the hotel.
Get a room at the hotel. I was there today. I still have some rooms in the block. And if you need me to open up more rooms, you have my number.
Okay.
And that goes for anyone. If you go to Sultry in the city, there's a part in there where you can ask a question. Send me an email. I read those emails, and I will open up more rooms for you.
Okay. I'll definitely tell them to do that. And hopefully I can get a few more people to come over this weekend or over the next month. A lot more people, not a few more. A lot more people.
Yeah, we need a lot of people to show up. Look, if you've never been to a book event, mine's going to be a little different. When I envisioned doing book events, I wanted one that was inclusive to everyone in every genre. And a lot of times, you go to an event and it's only romance centered, or it's only centered for traditional romance, which isn't African American romance. And again, I write about Black people, so I wanted to have it open for as many people as possible. That's why if you look on the website, there's Black people there, there's white people there. It's a melting pot, and Houston is a melting pot. We should focus on that. Yeah,
you're right. Definitely right about that. But like I said, I'm excited about it. I'm just ready. I think I'm like you said, I'm going to invite a lot more authors on so they can talk about their books and their adventures and going to different book signings and events and things like that. And hopefully soon, maybe we can get one here in the Panhandle. Because like I said, it's nothing like this here. I know in the Tampa area and Orlando they have them, but nothing like that here. So that's why when I saw Sultry in the city, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Do you have one? I know I'm going to one in Destin, Florida next year.
Okay, I need to find that because Destin is like 45 minutes away from me.
Yeah. Destin.
So, and it's beautiful out there too.
I saw pictures. But I'll start sending you book events.
Okay. Cool. But we're going to talk anyway because we're going to plan one for Pensacola.
I got you.
Definitely.
I got you.
I am definitely ready. Our time is winding down. And like I said, I will post all the links and stuff. Everybody said they took notes on what, where to get everything at. And so looking forward to it and meeting all the authors. And I'm looking forward to reading tonight one of your books for sure.
Okay.
And is there anything that you want to tell the listeners right now before we sign off?
Just stop by and see me. If you send me a message, just sign up for my newsletter where all my stuff is going to be available. You'll find new releases. You'll find ticket offers for Sultry in the city, deeper discounts, all kind of stuff. So just hit me up.
All right. I appreciate you so much for taking the time out to talk to me tonight and to answer any questions for the listeners. And everybody's looking forward to the event and reading your book. They're typing in. they want to read too.
Yay!
So we will talk again soon. And I thank you for coming on. And you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. You have a good evening as well.
All right. Have a good night.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options.